Hello guys, welcome back. How have you been doing with your dreams? Well, hopefully you are doing great. So today I'm gonna talk about the topic of time, one of the most precious resources that people are given on earth. Well, you know what? In this day and age, I've witnessed or heard that lots of people had to stop their lives at a very young age for various reasons. They might have died of a disease, an accident, natural disaster, or war, and so many other things, so many other unexpected things, right? And then I realized that my breath could also be taken away at any time. And you know what? Honestly, I'm a person who is very scared of death, and things would become even more frightening to me if I were asked to leave this world before I accomplish my goals and dreams. However, over time, I learned that as long as I devote all of my efforts into doing meaningful, valuable things each and every new day I've got, I wouldn't have to worry or regret of anything because because I live up to the fullest, because I try my best every single day, right? And so because we all know that our time is super precious and limited, so it is very necessary for us to learn to use our time wisely and more effectively. And that's why I'm here today and share with you some tips. I'm going to talk about the value of time in my eyes first, and then share with you some tips that will help you manage your time better. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Alright, first of all, let me tell you about the value of time from my own perspective as well as my own experience. Well, you know, the meaning of time is to push all of us to make the most use of our time, to contribute something good or great to the society and the world while we are still alive, and to treasure it, not to waste it. And you know what? If you take your time for granted, you keep wasting your time will become meaningless. And you know, throughout the human history, we can see that those who created great achievements always value their time to kind of make progress, fulfill their dreams, and contribute something to the world. So as young people, I do suppose that we should really follow suit. I mean, we should follow this attitude and behaviors of those great people in order to live a meaningful life and fulfill our dreams as well. And one more thing, you know, if you treasure your time, you will feel full of energy, optimistic, and super grateful every time you see the sun rising up. So now when you already understand the value of time, now I'm going to talk about some time management tips. And the very first thing that I would suggest you is to grab your present moments and start taking action immediately. Well, we all know that each moment passing by cannot be achieved, so do not wait nor procrastinate, but start carrying out the duty instantly and stop wasting your time on unnecessary things. And you know what? The sooner you start, the sooner you can accomplish your task. And once you begin doing your duty, try to focus entirely on it until it is done. So the second tip that I have for you is to set a timer for each task you perform. Well, after identifying things that you need to do in your day, start estimating the amount of your work and decide a certain amount of time you are about to spend for each of the tasks in your to-do list. And then set a timer on your phone to remind you to complete your work within your planned time. You know, you have to do this because if you do not set a time limit for the task, you will tend to keep expanding your work, which will definitely take you a lot more time than it should to finish your task. And next, based on their intended time, you divide your task and the planned time into smaller equal pieces. For example, if I have to learn 5 new English words within 25 minutes, so on average, I will have about 5 minutes for each word. So by doing this, I will be very clear about how much time I've got, and so it to be a lot easier and more likely for me to finish my duty as planned. Tip number 3, block specific time for specific things. Well, you know, in everyday life, there are tons of things that can draw our attention, and chances are, once we are attracted by something such as social media posts with photos, videos, we tend to stay there rather long. And oftentimes, when we look at the clock and check the time, we will realize that we have been staying in those platforms for so long. So what you need to do is to write down on your journal or your schedule notebook some specific time, some block time for some specific task. So let's take my schedule for example. So from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day, I will spend it doing the first important things of my day. From 6 to 6:15 a.m., that is just the time for my family praying. From 6:30 to 7 a.m., I will spend it going to the nearby market and buying some grocery. And so on. You can follow the same thing with your schedule and your duties. And I believe that if you can do so, you will become very clear about what and when to do things, and therefore you will be able to really get control of your time in your life. So another tip that I have for you is to stay self-disciplined and accomplish your task as planned. So try to aware of the time you've got and then devote your needed effort in order to complete it as you planned. And remember this, do not expand your work, but be strict to yourself and push yourself to accomplish your task within the allotted time. And you can keep in mind this quote: done is better than perfect. And you know what? You can always improve the quality of your product or your work later over time. But first of all, get it done. And now that is the last tip of today, which is to cut out on the time used for social media. Well, I know that relaxing and entertaining is one of the most basic needs of people nowadays. However, if you want to lead a meaningful and successful life, you should also only allow yourself to get entertained or enjoy your leisure time once you already finish your work. And in addition, you should also set a timer for this activity, just to make sure that you do not exceed the planned time for entertainment. But instead, I do suppose that you'd better spend that time working on improving yourself or doing whatever thing that can increase or boost your life quality as well as life conditions. So these are all of the things that I want to share with you about time value as well as some time management tips. Hopefully you can apply some of those things into your real life and create some positive changes. Thank you so much for watching the video today, and I will see you next time. Bye!